Alan, you saw David.
Yes.
And I did not. This is a faith-based animated movie
from Angel Studios
for Christmas. Tell me about it.
Okay. Well, the crux of David is basically we're following the life of David as a young shepherd boy, all the way to his ascension to the throne as the king of Israel. Um, if you know your Bible, it pretty much follows the story. It's a musical as well. Phil Wickham, if you're familiar with Christian music, plays older David, and he also writes a lot of the songs in this movie. Dave, I'm not going to get too far into the life of David because I assume a lot of you. The David and Goliath sequence happens about, it basically ends the first act of the movie. And the reason I bring that up is, this movie, look, I have a master's degree in the Bible and stuff like that. But what I appreciate about this movie is it follows the theme of David, especially the David and Goliath matchup. Because the reality is David didn't kill Goliath, God killed Goliath. And that's kind of the theme of this movie is that, under his own devices, man will always screw things up. And that's what faith is being led by God to do your things. And that's where it is here is, young David, everyone was afraid to take on Goliath, but God raised a young man, prophesied that he would be king, and then used the slaying of Goliath as proof that this is God's chosen as the king. And then it just plays out through the big conflict is between him and Saul, just like in the Bible. Saul is more concerned about Saul has taken kingly power to heart. He is the king, therefore he speaks for God, and he makes a lot of bad decisions along the way. And David has to kind of come in and be the voice of God to the point where he, bad things happen to David out of jealousy. So in terms of a movie, should you watch this? This is definitely a kid's movie. When I worked at a church, we had a library, church library, and there's a whole row of VHSs and DVDs of biblical stories. This one fits really nicely in there. There's nothing really spectacular about it. And I'll compare it to last year's Angel Studio movie about Charles Dickens telling the story of the birth of Christ. That movie was amazing. I mean, I would tell people to go see that movie. This one is, look, this will be great for you to show in Sunday school. The animation is very good. I like the detail of it. It's getting close to rivaling Disney. And the music is unforgettable. Oh, sorry, it's forgettable. It's unmemorable, forgettable. It's just, here's a theme, follow the light. So we're going to sing a song about follow the light. And then we're going to say over and over again, follow the light, follow the light, follow the light. That's kind of the music in this thing. So I would give it a recommend. If you're not familiar with the full story of David, not just the David and Goliath story, it does do a faithful telling of his ultimate ascension to the throne, which is weird to say ascension to the throne because he's more or less stumbles into the throne versus rises to the throne. That's again the testament of, God chooses who he chooses, and some are more humble about it than others. So I recommend if you have children and would like to tell them a classic story of David.